You know, Mike, thank you for the segue, by the way. I do appreciate it. We have a new Dayton Hypernova video. And look, I like to like play a couple of his videos and like wait a couple weeks and then play them again, but this one was too good for me not to play again. I know we played a little bit last week, and we've been behind a lot on him because he disappeared from YouTube for a while.
He left us.
He left us in this house while his brother listened to Backstreet Boys. This video was just unlisted. What's his dad's name again? What's Earl's dad's name again? Sherman's his brother.
I don't remember Dad's Papa. Papa.
Well,
Schultz's name.
I know that you love Papa Schultz because I know your donation sound on Nightwave is in.
Thank you to Bally Song who did that.
It's fantastic. Well, he's had it again. He has had it with his shit.
My parents just threw all this money at me. This $100, the $20.
So
all over the bed.
His mom threw me because he gets paid $100.
Yes.
She threw the money at him.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Threw it at me. My dad grabbed me. My mom shoved me. It was all because they were yelling at their older brother or their older son. Oh my God. Their older son went off at them. They went back off at him. They were all yelling at each other just now. They came up here and harassed me like crazy. And my dad shoved me on the bed, angry, red face, beating, like punching at me. And I got on the bed and...
By the way, just so you guys know, his dad's 79 years old.
It's like, even when you I've had my differences with my parents. I mean, none of my parents made it past their 60s, but like, I still have elders in my family that I don't necessarily get along with, but it's like they get to an age and they've earned a certain status.
Right.
Where you're like, that's fine. Just let the old man enjoy his fucking sandwich. Like, you know what I mean? What has he got left? A lot of shit in life. Just let him go. Even if you hate the old man, you're like, he's an old fucking guy. How much time does he have left? Let him have his fucking Senka. Have a nice fucking newspaper in the morning. Yeah, what do they want? Leave him alone. Even if you're going to leech off him and be a scumbag, leave him alone.
Well, I feel bad because, well, you'll see.
I was trying to kick him away, and this is crazy.
So he goes to his room, he puts his phone away, and he goes back to confront his parents.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't stand these people anymore. These people consider themselves Christians. These are horrible people.
No. They're better than Jesus, because Jesus wouldn't have put up with a 33-year-old dude in his house. You know what Jesus did at 33? He died.
Oh my God. What is wrong with you people? You don't push people around.
What's wrong? What? You are what's wrong. You are disrespectful.
I'm not disrespecting anybody. I didn't start anything. She shoved me for talking about money. And she was the one that started the argument to begin with. And then you come up here and physically shove me repeatedly. She was grabbing my shirt.
Did you hear what you said to your mother?
I told her to stop being a child. She says, you're the only one being a child. I'm not physically shoving people. I don't come into a room and shove a person.
Language.
Dad, you can't throw any of those things at me when you do them. You do.
You're lucky I don't take your head off.
He's
Woo, boy.
He's getting to the breaking point, man.
This poor 79-year-old man.
Yep.
Do those things to me. You can't use them against me. It's that simple. You don't do that to a 33-year-old, only ethical person.
A 33-year-old isn't living under us. He's out working somewhere.
I am 33 years old. This is the only person I'm referencing right now. I don't know what arrogance you're going on about.
You know what, Earl? I'm done paying for your phone.
Mom?
You know what, Earl? I'm done paying
for
your phone. I'm done paying for your phone.
On top of the paying him and living in the house, they pay for his phone.
That's why I was disconnected.
Hey, Earl, by the way, that's one of the things that you account for when you have a job. Like, if you have a job that provides you, which, by the way, I declined a phone from my employer years ago. Because fuck you. Like, I'll buy a phone. I don't want you with your little spyware and shit. Fuck out.
And then when they call you, you have to answer because it's their phone. Yep, that's why you never take one.
And they wanted to buy me. Guess what kind of phone they wanted?
What kind of phone?
An iPhone.
Ooh, those are the easy ones to track. And because you couldn't take a battery out of them either.
They wanted me to take this iPhone that they were going to give to upper management. Everybody was going to get one, and I declined it. I was like, I have a phone. Oh, you got to have a phone. For what? Do you have my phone number? Have I ever not answered my phone for the owner or the vice president? Anyone? No? I pick it up every time, right? I have no need for this. Like, and I was adamant about not, because everybody else went, ooh, phone. And I'm like, you dumb motherfuckers. They're going to find out what employees you're fucking and stuff. Like, they're going to see who you're fraternizing. No. But yeah, they're paying for, like, Earl, that's the kind of thing that if you do accept that from an employer, that's a value added thing. Like, you go, wow, you can get a phone that they pay for. Like, $100 a week is not enough to live off of.
And his phone and his food.
Food, room and board, $100 a week, and a phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's
his dad drives him to the bars on Friday too.
And he doesn't have to claim income, so he could probably get food stamps.
You're right. He could easily.
And probably cash welfare, too. If you really, I'm trans, disabled, stupid, psoriasis, retard.
Disabled.
Like, in a go, all right,
that's
here you
redundant.
You need to stop disrespecting a trans person getting beat in your house by a skinhead.
There's a mom.
A skinhead who you were just
The mom is tougher than the dad, I think.
yelling at earlier, and now you came up here and yell at me for no reason. What have I possibly done wrong in this
I'm
situation?
taking you off.
What did I do? What did I do, Mom? What did I do? You were the one who was grabbing that person, shoving them because I talked back to you even slightly.
I'm done paying.
Then you don't have a reason. You're gonna go to hell, and I'm gonna be glad about it because you're a pig who does not obey Christian royal grab.
You're a pig.
This is how he talks to the, like,
You're a. Imagine someone calling your wife or your girlfriend a pig in front of you.
you, in my family, you would have gotten fucked up for this.
He
And if-
should be getting beat.
And if the old ass parents couldn't do it, and the brother, they would have outsourced to somebody else in the family. They would have been like, "Look, cousin Joey, can you get a couple guys? Look, we'll beat this motherfucker's ass." Like, it would be like that Rick James sketch.
Yes.
He gave that motherfucker some help. He ain't gonna be putting his feet on nobody's couch anymore. Like, sometimes you have
so
to.
I front kicked him.
Like, sometimes, just like Tombstone, Wyatt Earp has to get Morgan and his other brothers together and get a posse, and you got to go shoot some people or beat them up. Like, sometimes it's the only thing left. This man calling his mother a pig who still feeds him is unbelievable.
I'll be your huckle tranny.
Then you don't have a reason. You're gonna go to hell, and I'm gonna be glad about it because you're a pig who does not obey Christian royal grab me. Like,
So the dad, see, you saw that? The dad grabbed him after she called him a pig, and you blame him, right? Like, it's your wife. Like, I don't care. You could be 80, you could be 20, you could be 30. If it's your wife, you know, like, you don't.
It's your
fuck
wife
around.
and their mother. You punch him in the face.
Like,
you know what I mean? Like, there's no.
Sometimes when I'm younger and I'm a mouthy teen, maybe my parents were fighting or having an argument, and then I'll be like, "Yeah, Dad, mom's an idiot," and he would immediately go, "What the fuck did you, your mother?" Like, he could have been just screaming at her, "It's your fucking mother!"
Yeah, that's.
And you're like, "Oh," you're like, I'm going to my room. Like, "Hey, Mom, I'm sorry." You think you're picking like you don't fuck around like that.
then you don't have a reason. You're gonna go to hell, and I'm gonna be glad about it because you're a pig who does not obey Christian royal grab me like that. Stop it! Stop it! God, awful people! I swear to God, when Addie got married, all of you got really crazy or something.
Yeah, they went
They
crazy.
really are a bunch of crazy.
Yeah, they're loco in la cabeza.
All of you became exactly the opposite of what you were.
Out of here by the end of the month.
You get out of here by the end of the month, is what he just told him. Now, that's not going to happen. This is not the first time this threat has been made to Dayton.
Get out!
There is something so wrong with an arrogant 79-year-old man who watches his skinhead older son beat the shit out of a trans person.
Now, remember, skinhead is the new adjective now for Sherman, his brother, that he keeps adding stuff.
His size, and you don't care. You're instead up here yelling at the trans person. I'm not fucking delusional. I get beat. I get beat by that man, and then now I get grabbed and thrown around by you. Stop being a pig about it. Stop even pretending like you're not offended at yourself. There's bullshit in your mouth right now. Bullshit is coming out of your mouth, you arrogant narcissist. That's all.
Like, I would just throw him out the window and be done with it.
It's hilarious. He says, "Done. Just throw him out." When
30 days, goodbye.
like when Will in Fresh Prince gets kicked out, and you just see him flying. They would just be flying out.
Oh,
the
Jazz.
window. Jazz. Sorry,
Jazz,
Jazz.
yeah.
Yeah, every time they're Jazz Fresh. Yeah.
By the way, good on Will Smith for hooking GJ Jazzy Jeff up.
And his new album,
'Cause
he
he-
still does work for him,
He
man.
broke up the team and he went over to TV, but he still gave him fucking roles.
He did.
He always hooked up Jazzy
And he's
Jeff.
still his DJ, like in his music and shit. He still takes care of him.
Yeah, look, man, you can't fuck people, man.
Yep.
He did kind of fuck him by leaving, so he
Yeah.
had to make it up to him somehow.
All about my mother. So the woman was so fucking angry for no reason at me. She shoved me and grabbed me by the neck and by my shirt.
It looks like a
When-
door you put up in Skyrim.
It is. You're right. You're right.
Looks like a door you get in Hearthfire DLC.
It was all about her being mad at him downstairs.
It looks like one of the talking doorknobs in Beauty and the Beast.
To do that beats the fuck out of me. She's mad at him to begin with, comes out and harasses me. Then you come upstairs and act like a fucking jerk, shove me on the bed.
Earl, no. I've wanted to hit you since like I first saw your first video. The fact that they don't actually hit him, the fact that these people don't hit you shows you how kind they are. You are the most hateable person I've ever had the displeasure of watching on this show.
That's terrible. That's so fucking wrong. Younger you would have never tolerated that kind of bullshit from older you ever. You
Yeah,
have
but that's hey Earl. I hate to break this to you, but as you get older, you're supposed to change.
Yep.
And grow and be different. You're not supposed to be a fucking rebel at 79. At 79, you want to come home. You want to put on fucking America's Got Talent
Jag.
and eat fucking rum raisin ice cream or some boring
Some
shit.
disgusting
You know what I mean? But that's what a normal, like that's, if you see a 79-year-old man in your family and that's what he's doing, you're like, ah, good. Cool.
Don't wrap it too tightly.
normal.
I'm hungry now.
You've made a powerful enemy today, friend. It's my favorite Mr. Burns moment of all time, threatening a candy machine.
in your life. You have become the arrogant child that your mom probably didn't discipline enough.
Did he say
He didn't get disciplined. Yeah.
that his dad didn't get disciplined enough?
Yes.
You arrogant piece of shit.
Did you not?
You arrogant piece of shit.
That's so sad that I have to deal with that from a man who brought me in the world who's in his 70s and lets crazy shit from a skinhead happen in this house. You don't ever let a skinhead in a house where a trans person's living, and you definitely don't.
Well, let me solve the problem for you. By the way, Sherman's not actually a skinhead. He takes care of his interracial nephews every day, nieces and nephews every day. But even if it was, if you made me choose between a literal skinhead and you, Earl, I would choose the skinhead.
Raise my interracial kids with that guy.
Because then at least all the fucking boots would make sense.
You hear me? That's sad.
Uh-oh, here we go.
My body bleeds head and toe from erythrodermic psoriasis.
Do you have your bingo card? He brought up the psoriasis. Everyone, get your bingo card. Because he bleeds.
There are people like Ricky Berwick who were born googob bugmen, to quote the great MDE. Somehow he's made the best of it, right? Like there are
Zach Ainer. A good example. And you're right. It's just
Josh Blue.
Yep.
There are people born with profound disabilities.
Laura Loomer. Are we going? Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that.
I didn't know
one.
being extremely Jewish was a disability. She has incurable, irreversible Jewism. Afraid there's nothing we can do.
Oh, fuck.
But there are people who are just like you go, wow, man, God threw you a fucking shit hand, huh? God threw the cards at you like Gambit. Like there was no...
And they just exploded.
Here, you piece of shit. Get out of here.
fucking asshole.
And somehow these people have these like sunny dispositions. Remember the video of the hot chick, the hot MS chick or whatever that was boxing? Was it MS or what?
Oh, yeah, was that
palsy? No,
palsy,
cerebral
palsy.
palsy. And she was
Dude,
all
she
like,
could get it.
"Yeah,"
She
but
could still
was
get it, though.
fucking hot.
She could still get
and
it.
she was biting. I'm like, there's a person who's like, I'm gonna stay fit, and I'm gonna inspire people, and this is cool. Like, you miserable little cocksucker, man.
It's genetic. Your wife's sister had it. You should know about psoriasis.
Those little stories.
Yeah, go on with something that doesn't make any sense. Everything I'm saying is completely articulate and makes total sense right now. You're full of it. You're arrogant. You need to learn.
Guys, I'm objectively not crazy.
You need to respect because you got grandchildren in the house. You got to respect. And you got grandchildren in the house that are toddlers.
What you want? Baby, I got it.
You have got to respect. Otherwise, that's a terrible thing that happens. You need to think about that.
You need to, hey, guy who supported me for 33 years of my life and who's kept me from being killed on the streets.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to think about that.
Instead of throwing shitty insults and threats to a person, I'm like, what, 1/3 your size and you're shoving me around? That's arrogant. That's juvenile. That is so pathetic at your age to be that immature. And a trans person who's already getting beat in the house, who has psoriasis that bleeds from stress. That's terrible. You need to grow up. Or you need to find...
Listen, that 79-year-old man needs to grow up. I'm with Earl here.
another place where those kids are babysat. It is that simple. It is that simple. You either change your behavior or you don't see your grandkids.
Earl, they're not your grandkids or your children to be... So what Earl is doing is he's saying, you can't have these children be in a house with Sherman because he's a literal skinhead. Are you telling me, Earl, that you're going to go and call Child Protective Services so that this man, this saintly 79-year-old man can't see his grandchildren? Are you going to snitch on him, Earl? Do you understand when they show up, this will be the 4th time the police have been called to your house, Earl? There's going to be a point where you're going to be forcibly removed, and we're all going to laugh about it.
You better hear my word, sir. You need to change your behavior entirely, or you don't see your grandkids. It becomes very simple. Because those children are in a dangerous environment around you. Then you have to stop being that way. You have to listen to these words. You don't have power over it. That is horrible.
Now his dad starts growling for about a minute. It's amazing.
What is wrong with you? You just made stupid growling sounds? You need to grow up.
You need to grow up, sir, whose house I'm living in.
I've been that mad. I've been that mad where I've just wanted to growl. Like, you know when you get so angry, but you don't want to break anything because you're going to break when you fucking monitor because it's expensive. You just start growling. Or just this anger, this rage. I know what this guy's feeling. This 79-year-old man's heart's going to explode because of you.
You do not have the right to do that to a person in the house when you have children that are being
He got a text.
raised like multiple days out of the week. That's awful. Absolutely awful.
And here it is.
Just another terrible thing that happens in this house towards me. Violent shit from my own parents and the dude like downstairs who's always violent. That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Listening to Now That's What I Call Music for. He's a really violent guy.
Dangerous. Absolutely dangerous.
Uh-oh. Clean your window, you fucking pig.
Absolutely dangerous. That is so sad. Pathetic. Everybody needs to be grown-ups or learn the consequences because that shit's...
you know what it is,
Everybody
man,
needs to be grown-ups.
It's not like... Look, some people, whatever, they got issues. Some people live with the parents. People live down and like, everybody's got problems. I'm not here to judge, right? But it's the sheer arrogance. It's this obliviousness to the fact that he's living in other people's homes, utilizing their resources to ping for his phone. But you need to grow up. And it's like, I would probably make growling noises for him. I'd be like, bah! And then people go, what is your problem? What is wrong with you?
He is completely...
People need to grow up.
You guys, you know what? You need to be adults, okay?
Like, could you imagine that? Excuse me. I'd like a Happy Meal, please. And my dad here is going to pay for it. You people really need to give up.
Yeah, come on. And, make sure it's a girl's toy.
It's been 6.5 years of me getting beat in this house.
Leave! That's what I don't understand. Leave! Right?
Get out of here. Have all his stuff in a truck and have him go get out of here.
It's one of the things I said about him when we first discovered this guy. It's like, look, man, if even if, you know, like I've had some rough patches. I've had to sleep in a car now and then. I've had some whatever, but like, if I were just getting daily, unprovoked, unpredictable beatings in wherever I lived, I'd be like, I gotta go somewhere where there's no beatings. The beatings
simple,
are constant, and I never know when they're coming. I'm flinching now when I walk to the fridge. I don't know what's going on anymore. I gotta go. But he's just like, no, I'm entitled to live here for free, and also, these beatings are ridiculous.
It beat me within week 1 and has not stopped in his behavior absolutely influences your behavior, and it's really obvious. You need to change your behavior, or there are consequences. It is that simple. If I have to be the only grown-up in this situation, so be it. That is so sad.
He has to be
in this
the only grown-up in this situation.
You all need to grow up.
You respect a person's physical well-being, like
Remember when somebody sent him a Bible?
well-being or not. Absolutely awful.
Look at those fucking filthy screens.
Dude, it's
too.
disgusting. It's disgusting.
Sad. That is
Sad.
sad.
If we're in Florida, and I don't think any of the screens look this bad.
No, not that
Also, none of the screens have really been messed with or cleaned in a long time.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show you how long that screen's been there and how long it hasn't been cleaned and just how much disgusting shit has gotten on it. Because, I mean, screens really don't, like, once every 2 years, you blast them off a little bit. You know what I mean?
What I understand, like, because a lot of people go, they don't know that they're terrible, they don't realize it. This guy definitely doesn't realize it because, like, there's never been one of these videos when I've even ever been anything but felt sorry for the other people. Like, he does this, he goes crazy, he's so unaware of himself that then he posts it online, He'll post it online like he's the victim. He'll make it unlisted, but, it's like he's the poor me.
Yeah, it's mental illness.
Just
It's
total
all
outbursts,
based
crazy
in
people.
Every mentally ill person has one thing in common, and that is narcissism. They cannot see anything outside of their own craziness. Like,
Right.
there are people who they might self-medicate, they might do drugs, they might get into trouble in life, and they all might have some spectrum of mental illness. But it's mental illness and then ones that have the narcissism on top of it. So,
Bless you.
Thank you. My perspective is the only one that's real. You know what I mean? Like our realities are not subjective. Everything is me, and it's me and how I see it, and me and me and me. Whereas there are people struggling with some minor mental illness and self-medicate or might have problems, but they also still at times go, yeah, you know what? I'm not easy to deal with. Like, I've got issues. I need to go easy on this situation.
Even Thomas Murphy, Thomas Murphy's clearly autistic, right?
He's trying.
Even in his videos, he goes, I can't touch women in swimsuit bikinis anymore. I can't. Like, he's actively making an effort to realizing, oh, that's socially not acceptable. I can't be doing that.
Or
stuff.
he's being told, but at least taking the feedback.
That's
and
good,
not
yeah.
being like, you need to grow up. Like Thomas is like, avoid Uncle David. Mm-hmm.
No matter what. Mm-hmm, yes. Comment down below if that's true.
Comment down below if you should avoid Uncle David.
Uncle David, the first comment's Uncle David, you don't have to avoid me.
Somebody needs to make that account.
Uncle David.
That's not fun.
Make Uncle David the Charlie's uncle from It's Always Sunny.
We could have sleepovers when we play. It'll be fun like old time. I don't want to hang out with you, Uncle
No,
Jack.
yeah.
I love how they handled that at Sunny because they never nobody at any point blatantly says that he was raped by Uncle Jack.
Tasteful nudes.
But it's so obvious that poor Charlie was raped by Uncle Jack. No, I don't want to do any of the stuff you like to do, Uncle Jack.